Good morning, hey Mac. I'm going to continue reading Wonder from where we left off. We're on chapter 16, the summer table. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. It's good to be back. Hey, is this seat taken? I look up and a girl I've never seen before was standing across from my table with a lunch tray full of food. She had long wavy brown hair and wore a brown t-shirt with a purple peace sign on it. No, I said. She put her lunch tray on the table, plopped her backpack on the floor, and sat down across from me. She started to eat mac and cheese on her plate. Ugh, she said after swallowing the first bite. I should have brought a sandwich like you did. Yeah, I said, nodding. My name is Summer, by the way. What's yours? August. Cool, she said. Summer! Another girl came over the table carrying a tray. Why are you sitting here? Come back to the table. It was too crowded, Summer answered her. Come sit here, there's more room. The other girl looked confused for a second. I realized she had been one of the girls I had caught looking at me just a few minutes earlier, hand cupped over her mouth, whispering. I guess Summer had been one of the girls at the table, too. Never mind, said the girl, leaving. Summer looked at me, shrugged, smiled, and took another bite of her mac and cheese. Hey, our names kind of match, she said as she chewed. I guess you could tell I didn't know what she meant. Summer, August, she said, smiling, her eyes open wide as she waited for me to get it. Oh, yeah, I said after a second. We can make this the summer-only lunch table, she said. Only kids with summer names can sit here. Let's see, is there anyone named June or July? There's Maya, I said. Technically, May is spring, Summer answered. But if she wanted to sit here, we could make an exception. She said that if she'd actually thought the whole thing through. There's Julian. That's like the name Julia, which comes from July. I didn't say anything. Do you think he wanted Julian to sit with them? There's a kid named Reed in my English class, I said. Yeah, I know Reed, but how is Reed a summer name, she said. I don't know, I shrugged. I just pictured like a reed of grass being a summer thing. Oh, okay, she nodded, pulling out her notebook. And Miss Batoza could sit here. That kind of sounds like the word petal, which I think is a summer thing too. I have her for homeroom, I said. I have her for math, she answered, making a face. She started writing a list of names on the second to last page of her notebook. So who else? She said. By the end of lunch, we had come up with a whole list of kids and teachers who could sit at our table if they wanted. Most of the names weren't actually summer names, but they were names that had some kind of connection to summer. I even found a way of making Jack's Will's name work by pointing out that if you turned his name into a sentence about summer, like Jack will go to the beach, which Summer agreed worked just fine. But if someone doesn't have a summer name and wants to sit with us, she said very seriously, we'll still let them if they're nice, okay? Okay, I nodded, even if it's a winter name. Cool beans, she answered, giving me a thumbs up. Summer looked like her name. She had a tan, and her eyes were green like a leaf. What do you think of Summer? So we just met this character who, at first, Augie was kind of thinking was staring at her, but now it seems like they're friends. I don't know. Chapter 17, 10 to 1. Mom always had this habit of asking me how something felt on a scale of 1 to 10. It started after I had my jaw surgery when I couldn't talk because my mouth was wired shut. They had taken a piece of my hip bone to insert in my chin to make it look more normal. So I was hurting a lot in different places. My mom would point to one of my bandages and I would hold up my fingers to show her how much it was hurting. 1 meant a little bit, 10 meant so much. Then she would tell the doctor when he made his rounds what needed adjusting or things like that. Mom got very good at reading my mind sometimes. After that, we got into a habit of doing a 1 to 10 scale for anything that hurt. Like if I had just a plain old sore throat, she'd ask 1 to 10, and I'd say 3, or whatever it was. When school was over, I went outside to meet Mom, who was waiting for me at the front entrance like all the other parents or babysitters. The first thing she said after hugging me was, So, how was it? 1 to 10. What do you think Augie's going to say? 5, I said, shrugging, which I could tell totally surprised her. Wow, she said quietly. That's even better than I'd hoped for. Are we picking Via up? Miranda's mother is picking her up today. Do you want me to carry your backpack, Sweetness? We had started walking through a crowd of kids and parents, most of whom were noticing me, secretly pointing me out to each other. I'm fine, I said. It looks too heavy, Augie. She started to take it from me. Mom, I said, pulling my backpack away from her. I walked in front of her through the crowd. See you tomorrow, August. It was Summer. She was walking in the opposite direction. Bye, Summer, I said, waving at her. As soon as we crossed the street and were away from the crowd, Mom said, Who is that, Augie? Summer. Is she in your class? I have lots of classes. Is she in any of your classes? Mom asked. I don't know. Mom waited for me to say something else, but I just didn't feel like talking. So it went okay, Mom said. I could tell she had a million questions she wanted to ask me. Why do you think Augie's mom would have so many questions to ask him? I mean, it was his first day in a real school. I bet you any mom would be worried. Do you think yours would be? Everyone was nice. Did you like your teachers? Yeah. How about those kids we met last week? Were they nice? Fine. Jack hung out with me a lot. That's so great, sweetie. What about that Julian boy? I thought about that Darth Sidious comment. By now, it felt like it had happened 100 years ago. He was okay, I said. And the blonde girl, what was her name? Charlotte. Mom, I said everyone was nice already. Okay, Mom answered. I honestly don't know why I was kind of mad at Mom, but I was. We started across Amesford Avenue, and she didn't say anything else until we returned onto our block. So, Mom said, how did you meet Summer if she wasn't in any of your classes? We sat together at lunch, I said. I had started kicking a rock between my feet like it was a soccer ball, chasing it back and forth across the sidewalk. She seems very nice. She is, yeah. She was very pretty, Mom answered. Yeah, I know, I answered. We're kind of like Beauty and the Beast. I didn't wait to see Mom's reaction. I just started running down the sidewalk after a rock, which I kicked as hard as I could in front of me. I'm going to pause right here, but I will be back later for chapters 18, 19, and 20.